to explain my next project related to the drive and how we can import from drive and run our project. So first of all, the thing is that we have iris.csv file given by the professor, and then how we have to import that, and then how it works. So moving further, like from how we have to import it, so from google.colab we are importing the drive, and then we are drive.mount is used from where we have to import our file to run it. So when we do is drive already mounted to this specific location. Now we have to upload the iris.csv file to our drive location, and then we have to find the path through which we have to import our pandas library, and then we have to use the file name where it is located, and when we run it, it will be good to go for us. Next part is read the content of the iris file and save it in a variable named iris. Then we have to read the file and then save it in the iris variable. So here it is, iris equal to the file name, which is already iris.csv. We are writing like file name, and whenever we read this, it's good. Now we have to show the first 5 rows of the data frame. So we use iris.head, which will help us to read the 5 rows of our data frame, which is this sedosa. Okay, moving forward, then now we have to convert the last column strings to integers. Sedosa equals 0, and then versicolor 1 it's 0. So for that we have to convert them into the integers. We will be using the map function, which will help us to allow to process and transform all the items in an iterable without using an explicit for loop, which will automatically do. We don't have to do any looping or any stuff. So we are doing iris species, the last column which was mentioned, equal to, and we are using the map function, which will help us to map sedosa is 0, versicolor is 1, and verticia it's 2. Now we have to check the first 5 elements of the iris. Now when we read this, the previous elements for that will be 0, like for the sedosa it's 0, right? So it will be 0. If we run this, sorry, give me a second. If I go here and run this first, and then we'll run this, so it will come up to 0 here, like this. So this is good, right? So it's all sedosa was all written here in first 5 rows, so it comes up to 0. Next is select the first 4 columns of the data frame and call the data x. Okay, now we have to read the first 4 columns. So with the help of x, like call the data x equal to iris. For the we have to select, right? For that we use iLocation, which will help us to locate the first 4 rows, first 4 columns. So that is, which will give us the result, first 4 columns, that is table and table width, petal length, and petal width. So moving forward, select the last column as the label and call it y. Okay, now we have to select the last column and we are calling it y. So when we run this, same iris location and will give us the result. This we have length of 150 data and integer 64. Cool, right? So now it is time to split. Now we have to split the data. Now we have to split the data and the label into training and the training testing segments, and call them as xtrain, xtesting. Okay, so for that, first we have to import train and test split. For training and testing, we have to split, as you have seen that we have to split the training and testing segments. So we are using train underscore test underscore split as a library. Now we are splitting by mentioning like x train x test, y train y test, and splitting into the x y test size.